Hello, my man. Oh, wow. You're back again. Welcome back to this episode. I'm Jesse, your host, and this is the Valiant lifestyle. And before I kick off, I would just want to say thank you. Thank you. If this is you returning again, I'd love to one day let's meet. Let's get to know each other. If this is your first time on this channel, I'd like to say welcome. Thank you for watching. And I'd also like to invite you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers and the list is growing by the day. But it requires your help. So to do that, you're going to hit subscribe down here in the lower right-hand corner and then hit all. And then that allows all my content to be available to you when it becomes available. If this is you coming back again, oh my gosh, like I said, let's meet someday. Let's say hi. Maybe it's even over Zoom. All right. So in this episode, I want to congratulate you for just being here, being present, and let's see this video through. Let's see this content, this episode through to the other side, to the end. So to do that, let's go. I want you to be mindful. So this is about mindful check-ins as a valiant man, as a blended family husband and father. So to do that, what comes up for you when you want to be mindful? What do you do? Do you turn off your music? Do you put your phone down? Let me tell you something about phones that even I didn't realize when I first started really paying attention to what I'm doing in front of my kids. See, the phone is a bit of a distraction, but what it does when you have it in your hand and you're around your kids, there's a subliminal message that that you send to them, and that is that they don't really matter. And you know what? Chalk it up to the doctors, the psychologists, and the scientists that have put this together. They have studied what this looks like. I mean, I can think of one, Gabor Mate, and what he says. What he talks about as being a leader in your family and being mindful and being that man, that lion, that pack leader, that wolf pack leader that you are. And what it requires is you turning off your electronic device, because sending that message that your child, your son or daughter doesn't matter it hurts them, but it hurts them on a subconscious level. See, what it does is it lets them know that they don't matter. You're not paying attention. And if you have it anywhere in sight, it runs on their subconscious level thinking that. So what they believe is that you're not really paying attention to them and that you're waiting, you're distracted, and that you are. Like, why have your phone out at all? So when I think about mindful check-ins for you, what comes to mind for you? So what I want you to do is log somewhere in your journal, even set something in your phone when you're not with your kids, when you're not with your spouse. Put in there an entry, an alarm, a setting where you check in at 12 o'clock each day. Yeah. Check in at 12 o'clock each day with yourself and ask yourself how you're doing. Where am I at right now? How am I feeling? What is it that I need right now? And take those 3 breaths. Do that 3 times. And what that does is it allows for you to do a reset, a check-in, and you're doing something mindful where you get to feel into what you're feeling in that moment. The next thing that I want you to get after is observing your emotions without judgment. So you're going to acknowledge them and you're going to feel them in those moments. Oh, I'm feeling off in that moment. Just observe how you're feeling. What is that? Oh, I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling a little resentment because I didn't get that response from my father that I wanted to when I was on the phone with him. Okay, all right. So what would have made that better for me? This is what I was hopeful to hear from him in the tone of his voice. And then just observe it. Observe how you feel. Don't react to it. Just observe how you feel to it. So you were You were acting like a bit of an outsider looking into your own environment. You're almost splitting yourself into, well, you're not splitting two hairs, but you're splitting yourself into almost two different beings in that moment. You're one, observing yourself from the outside, and two, you're feeling it while acknowledging that you're watching it. Kind of cool, hey? The third thing that I feel is most helpful that I've observed is the feelings that I avoid are typically the ones that are blocked. And what does that even mean? Well, if I find myself distracting myself from getting work done, being productive, not thinking and deferring my thought, or changing the subject mid-sentence when I'm talking to somebody, what am I distracting myself from? What do I not want to discuss or broach? And what that becomes is an unprocessed emotion that doesn't go through the heart. And what that ends up becoming, because it's mental, because it's in my head, it's in my body, it becomes a physical pain later on. And I feel that. Today, for example, actually yesterday, for example, I was feeling in my mid back, so in my thoracic region around T8, T9, and many of you that are physiotherapists or other therapists that are watching will know that aspect of the body, but where it is, it's mid back. And what I was noticing myself is my shoulders were rounded, and I was going, what am I protecting myself from? Why am I feeling this? And what I was feeling was I was feeling a little bit down on myself because I had not accomplished a part of my project a part of a project that I've been working on that is really important to me. And what it felt for me was like I was letting myself down. So I felt into that, and I said, you know what? All it takes in this moment is just me making the decision to do that. So that is observing the feelings that I'm avoiding, which could be the mental block. So again, what I'm advocating for you to do, being mindful with these check-ins, is the first thing, you're checking in with yourself, and you can set whatever time you want. 12 o'clock, noon, lunch is just an arbitrary number, but for those of you that take lunch at that time, it's the optimal time to do that. Checking in with yourself, doing the 3 breaths, having that setting on your phone, that alarm to go off. The second thing is observing the motions without any judgment. Don't accuse yourself of something you don't really know and have all the facts of, because you haven't really felt entirely into what that is yet. And the third thing is you are observing the feelings that you're avoiding. Like, what am I avoiding? That's kind of a second piece to the second mindful suggestion, the strategic tip that I just gave you there. But it's helpful. Now, if you found these 3 tactics helpful for you, I'd love to know about it. And I want to hear about your comments. So let me know what that is. Let me know how that felt for you. And let me know if you have any suggestions, because I'd love to hear it. Love to hear them. Even, the ones that are not so happy and not so rainbow and unicorn like. And if this really resonated with you on a level where you've been watching my content and going, man, and even if you watched this for the first time and you went, where have you been, dude? I'd love for you to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and check out my website. And more so, take some action in your life. You're done feeling what you're feeling right now and you want some help, you want a coach. I'm your guy, I'm your coach. Book that discovery call now. It's 30 minutes on me, and let's get after it. Let's find out if we're a good fit. And if I approve of your application, when we talk, you never know what could happen. Well, actually, what could happen is that you are in. You've got a great vitality coach, core vitality coach right here. And we'll get after a plan for you. All right, thanks for watching. Let's do this.